It's the OCGFAM show. Who's your daddy? That's the topic today. Let's get into it. Hey there, Bob Morgan's Constant Gardener. Welcome to the OCGFAM show to you, my YouTube buddies. What's going on with everybody? How we all doing out there? Let me know in the comments. We'll talk about it after the show. Right now, let's just get into the show. So, we've been talking about quality over quantity in the last couple episodes. Today, quality and quantity. Major factor in any kind of thing you're doing with growing is the genetics of it. We talk a lot about nutrients because that's what we can do, but I thought it was interesting. We were talking about quality in the last couple of those questions that Scott talked about. Right after that, he started talking about how important genetics are. I just, blah, blah, blah. Let's just get into it. I'd like you to watch this clip. I think you'll find it interesting. Okay, let me ask you this question. Is this a good idea? Would you maybe get your Greek game on point, minus the Kraken, get yourself down to where you really know you're growing a good structural plant, and then experiment with genetics for flavor?
Oh, for sure. I think a lot of people don't. We get a lot. I've been playing with this for this long, this, that, and the other, and my yields are down. It's like, well, let me tell you one thing. Genetics are the key. Mm-hmm. Nutrients can help. They're very helpful in enhancing things and keeping things healthy and happy. Mm-hmm. Genetics and the genetics you grow are the key. They are the key. Mm-hmm. When you get things like, this guy's stuff, mm-hmm. and he's literally, you look at his pictures online and it is just baffling, and you see the quality that can come from it, but then you see somebody else who's knocked off these genetics off a different pheno hunt, and they're night and day plants. Scooby Snack, for instance, in the Pacific Northwest. Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of people who grow it. There's a bunch of people who have the genetic, but there's only a few people who have the genetic that does what that stuff does. Yeah. And it's very unique, and it's, I think, half the battle with these growers and the pheno hunters, the guys chasing the unicorn, if you will. Mm-hmm. That's the game, is trying to find the unicorn and then hold the unicorn and control the unicorn so you're producing the highest grade. The downfall is it's really hard to cross back to that genetic and keep it very stable, so when you throw 100 seeds, you get 100 of that genetic. You have the lineage of that genetic, but you don't necessarily have the phenotype of all that genetic. So genetics are a huge play, and when people complain to me on a lot of levels of, I still have this flavor profile, I was really hoping for the gas, and it's like, well, then you shouldn't grow blueberry, because blueberry is not going to give you the gas you want, but you want us to give you the gas. Trends is a great tool for that, but if you're genetically fruity by predisposition, it's not going to pull diesel out of a blueberry plant.
Sure. So, you might have the finest gin on earth and a middling bourbon and prefer the bourbon because you're not a gin guy.
Yeah,
it's kind of that. It's like you have to find the thing that you're flavoring and then use your nutrients to bring that thing to its full expression. But its full expression has to be something you actually like when it's done. You're not going to change that.
There's some that, I've gotten. Pig farmers giving me some things where they just are offensive to the smell because people like this nasty wet foot garlic butthole smell, and I'm just like,
not my thing.
Bless your hearts, but you smell the danka, and
yes, I can, and I'm disgusted.
Yes. And I taste it, and I smoke it, and I feel like I'm exhaling ass, and it's just not my favorite. But
I feel like a butthole.
That's what they're absolutely going for, and I applaud them because they're finding these genetics and they're being able to enhance them. But like you said, it's not the same for all of us. How many people love black licorice, and how many people would punch you in the face for even breathing it?
Yeah, oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah.
Cilantro. If everything smoked like cilantro, do you think we'd all be smoking weed? No, it'd get rid of like 80% of us. Like
done,
that.
Yeah. And it's not like, oh, this is okay, or this is not my favorite. It's like, this is sickening, and that's delicious.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of people get seeds from an event, from a grower, from a friend, and they get them going, and they've tasted something that had the similar name, but in the end, it's not the same pheno. And that's the big key, is getting very consistent pheno hunting is very difficult. So, cut only, I guess.
Okay, I found that interesting. Did you? What do you think about it? How do you feel about it? Any comments, any questions? Put them down there, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. I love you. I'll see you then. The OCGFAM show. It's pretty good. It happens every day. It's the OCGFAM show. See you tomorrow.